Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're doing the Morphe collection 1971, the Unity collection, this one right here. And I'm gonna let you guys know that there is no tutorial on this. I did two different eye looks, and I can tell you that when I first started this video, I started it as of yesterday, but my whole mood got thrown off, so I just decided just to throw it to the garbage that day. And the look that I created yesterday and the looks that I created both today, I did not like either one of them. If I had to choose between all three looks, I would go for this one right here, and that's only because I really like that uniqueness of that shimmer, but I do not like this palette. I can tell you guys what I've said before in my videos. I don't dislike things to just dislike them. I'm not that type of person. It takes a whole lot for me to truly dislike something, like not like it at all or hate it or whatever. I'm just not that type of person. I'm not picky. It doesn't take a lot to please me in sort of just color story wise and stuff like that. Even with movies and stuff, it takes like a whole lot for me to say, dang, that movie sucked. But this palette, oh my god, you guys, come on. Like, it really drew me in because of the colors. But once I got it in my hands and I started actually playing with the colors, I realized that a lot of these shades in here, these shimmers, they're wildflower shimmers and not exactly the ones where, if the wildflower shimmer, basically a wildflower shimmer is one that I'm putting on my eye, and as I'm putting it on my eye, it's flaking onto my cheeks. And the more that I try to clean it up, it just makes it worse. So it spreads essentially across your face like wildflower. And I don't like those type of shades. I did experience that a lot with, so my first look, I used Poptimistic right here. And Poptimistic is that very, pretty purple, sort of like duochrome blue kind of sheer shade. These are definitely what I would consider more eye toppers for shimmers, more than versus true shimmers. A true shimmer is basically a very solid shimmery shade that's very beautiful when it goes on. Sometimes it's even metallic looking, but it stands out, right? They're very like in your face type of color. These ones, a lot of these had, like, this one had a flaky formula. I used as add my inner corner highlight. I experienced almost the same thing with Flash. This one right here that's called Flash Forward. That was the blue that you guys see on my eye right here. Down here, that's that green that's called Hilltop Hope. Yeah, you guys. Even this one yesterday, I used this one for my look yesterday. It's called 1971. That's a very pretty periwinkle right off the bat. Like, you look at it and it looks like a light lavender periwinkle shade, but it's a wildfire shimmer, and I don't like those type of shimmers. They just get, if you're the type of person that does your eyes before the rest of your face, you're not gonna have a problem with these shimmers. But I do my face before, you know, my eyes, and it's horrible. It's a horrid formula. I don't like it. So after doing these looks, you know, and right now all you guys see is basically just the eye look. I didn't put anything in my waterline. I'm wearing a little bit of mascara, and that's it. That's my look right there. And between these two, I would honestly pick this one as my champion, because this one, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing to me, in my opinion. This one is kind of just throws me off. The colors combinations don't really mesh well that much, in my opinion. Like, when you see it in person, it's a very pretty, this is a very pretty aquamarine. I love it. That's a very vibrant green when you see it in person, so it's not bad. I just feel like these colors don't mesh well together on the face. If you were to mix this with another palette, then I don't see you having any problems. This gives me a lot of e.l.f. Jay Kissa vibes. That one collaboration that they did with Jay Kissa, I think it was, where it was the, remember the dog puppy one where you could decorate the front? Those shimmers in there were so freaking bad that when I started using this one yesterday, it's like, oh god, this is Jay Kissa all over again. I still have that palette, and I don't even know where the heck it's still there somewhere. I don't use it. I only ever used it for the video, and the only reason I didn't get rid of it is because, you know, come on, like, it's already decorated in the front. I can't get rid of it now. So I'm gonna start with the mascara right here that comes in this really cute Coca Cola 1971 Morphe Make It Big Volumizing Mascara. This is the mascara I have on my eyes right now. The packaging is very pretty. I like the packaging, the way it says 1971 in the back. It's very sleek, red, metallic. And I love these type of applicators. it's a very, one of those, you know, brush type of applicators, and it applies evenly. I coated mine about 3 times, I want to say. I like it. It's very pretty, but mascara to me is mascara like any other. It's very rare when I say, I didn't like that mascara. I don't like rubber type of applicators. Like, so I saw a ton of people recommending Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational. And this has a rubber applicator. Nobody mentioned it in the videos that I saw. And I hate this mascara. I'm still using it because I'm the type of person that I use it till I waste it, you know, because I have to get my money's worth. Like, I don't care if it costed me $5, $6, $10, $12. It's still my money, and I'm getting my money's worth. So I'm still using this, but if I had to choose between these two, definitely I go for these type of applicators way more than I go for these ones, okay? So that's that. Now I want to do the brush. The brush, honestly, I do not recommend this brush set. I feel like it's just blah, you know? It's not like a huge deal. Definitely if I had to compare the first brush set that they released with the other one, the first Coca Cola one, and this one, I would recommend this one more, because look at this bag. Just the bag alone makes it worth it. And that's really, I think that's the really reason why I bought it, because not only were because the brushes had these colorful handles on there. You guys already know, I already mentioned this in one of the videos. Please tell me you guys remember. I'm a sucker for the colored handles. That's really what draws me in. It's very pretty. It just says Coca Cola times Morphe. And the bag is super cute. Now, they have 5 brushes. And I feel like for the price, I feel like it wasn't worth it. But that's just me, you know, because I was like, I don't know about you, but still. I used 2 of the brushes today. Yesterday, I used all 4 of these brushes right here. I didn't use this one because this is the angled liner brush. And you guys know I don't really use those, but this is a black one. And then this one is, it says it's just, it doesn't say what it is. So it's just this little rounded shader brush. So I use this one as my outer right here. And then down here, this is the one that I use for that. And then this one, the pink one, is the big fluffy blender. I use that for my transition shade all over it. I basically have the same transition shade this side versus that side. It's the exact same thing, okay? And then this one is just more of like a rounded, chunky little guy right here. I don't know how to call him. He doesn't really look tapered, but he's just like one of these little round shader ones. It's just a black handle too as well. And then you have this one, which is an orange. This one's super cute. I used it yesterday. I think it's so perfect for that right here, down here. And also as your inner corner highlight. I feel like it's very pretty and cute and simple for that type of application. But like I said, I don't feel like it's worth the price. I think the bag is worth the price, but the brushes are nothing that I would say you need this in your life, you know. And I have the other brush set, you guys, the original brush set from the Coca Cola. This is the original brush set. Look how it's just thicker, and these ones are like hourglass shape. I use this to put my primer on my eyelids. Now I do have the original Coca Cola. This is from the first collection, and I have all the brushes in here. I use these brushes, I think, the most. I don't use the fan brush. The fan brush has never been used. It stays in this one. I don't use it because it's like, I'm not a fan of the fan brush, and I said it in that original video. I do have a review on that one if you guys want to see that Coca-Cola palette. I don't know, it's not my go-to. I don't think I've ever used it since, but it did have the similarities between the two. Both had equally horrible shimmers. The mattes are good, but the shimmers, for some reason, like, why would they keep continuing this type of shimmers? These ones are cute. I love them. I use them a lot. I had no problems with those ones, right? So something real quick, you guys, something that I just noticed inside the palette, so I'm going to put this randomly anywhere in the video. This does say what the brushes are for. So that first chunky big one is called a shadow chaser brush. This right here. This one right here is called a world piece blender brush. This one is called a blended fan brush. I don't know why the heck they would write that. And then you have that little tiny one right here, the orange one, that's called Focus on Hue brush. And then Arkham with brow brush. So now I want to move on to the lipsticks. The lipsticks, Y'all, it's cute. It's got this little, you know, 70s feel type of flower power vibes. When you open it up, you guys already know we're going to swatch each one on my lips. I was actually more excited for this one and that one versus these two look almost identical. It's crazy like how ridiculously identical they look. One definitely has micro glitters in it. You can see it has little micro glitters in it. And this one is just plain like what you would consider a matte nude. They're so close, you guys. It's ridiculous. It looks crazy. Like, why would you give me two of the same product? Now, they're named differently because one is called Join Voices and the other one's called Perfect World. But right off the bat, they look so dang similar. So I'm going to try on each one on my lips, okay? We're going to start with the lightest shade, which is going to be Perfect World, because that one has no shimmer, I believe. Actually, no, it's this one. This one has, Join Voices has no shimmer. So I'm going to start with Join Voices, and then I'm going to do this one next, and then we're going to do the orange, and then the darkest one. I always start from the lightest to the dark. And I'm just going to give you guys close-ups, okay? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put it on my lips. I'm going to give you guys close-up, put on the other one. We're just going to go back and forth. Probably won't give you guys my overall, you know, what I think of each shade until we get to the end of the swatches, okay? So that is all 4 of the shades. I don't need to tell you guys which one was my favorite because you guys already know it was the darkest one. This one's very pretty. I don't like either one of these. You know what? It's such a shame that they don't allow you guys to buy each one separately, because I would highly recommend that dark shade. I think it just complements so many skin tones. That one also, it would complement so many skin tones. These would only fit, I think, someone lighter than me, or if you like that type of ombre. I know a lot of people like that type of ombre look on their lips. I personally don't like doing that, but I know a lot of people would enjoy that. Definitely would probably recommend the shimmer one. It just has this more pleasing look to it on the lips versus this one who's like a straight up nude. I think for someone lighter, maybe all the shades would work for you, but I don't know. I don't think those first two, those last nude ones are like my cup of tea. They aren't. Y'all, so real quick, I was editing and I forgot that I didn't give you guys any arm swatches of the lip glosses. So I'm just going to start with the lightest one right here. The same way that I applied them on my lips, that's the exact same thing that I'm going to put them on my arm. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to literally say the name and just give the swatch, show you guys up close. And that's pretty much it, okay? So let me do that. Join Voices. Perfect World. Full of Hope. All the Feels. And those are all 4 lip glosses. So yeah, let's get back to the video. Okay, so now moving on to the palette swatches. The palette is very pretty. I love the whole design of it. Definitely like an upgrade. This is how the original packaging comes. It says in 1971, in the midst of shifting cultural landscape, Coca-Cola debuted a groundbreaking commercial featuring young people on a hilltop in Italy teaching the world to sing in a perfect harmony. With that same optimistic voice, Coca-Cola presents the 1971 Unity Collection. It is a look at the past and a glimpse into the future with warmth, togetherness, and a hopeful spirit. Now, the original one, right, it came with a lot of reds, maybe one type of blue. I don't know. This one's cute. I like it, but it's just, I don't like these shimmers. I'm not crazy. I think they did a really good job on the mattes. The packaging is like A+. I love the packaging. I'd like to teach the world to sing in a perfect harmony. I'd like to buy a world a Coke and keep it company. So it says Coca-Cola times Morphe. It's got this really cute flower thing going on in the background. And like I said, these are the tones. I'm not mad at the mattes. The mattes are very pretty. I don't think I had any problems with the mattes that I used on my eye. It's just the shimmers are like off to me and I didn't like them. So I'm going to start with the swatches. I'm going to start right here in the corner. I'm going to go clear across until we get to the end of each row, okay? The first one is called Good Company, and it is just a very yellow beige tone matte. Second is called That's the Spirit. This one is just a peachy tone matte. Oh honey, this one is so pretty. It's like a yellow orangey type of matte. Lovey Dovey. This is like a white with gold and yellow reflect, sort of like a orangey tone sort of. Next you have Perfect Harmony. This is a bronze tone shimmer. Very, very pretty. And it's not all the shimmers, you guys. Like that one right now, that's a regular shimmer, very pretty formula. It's just certain shimmers in here, like this one, they flake off like crazy, and I don't like that type of formula. 1971, this is like a periwinkle blue type of shimmer. Almost like a lavender. It's very pretty. I mean, they made it look they made it look very pretty online, and then I was like looking at it, I was like, when I got it in person, I was like, ooh, this is not good. Commercial Break. This is a chocolate brown matte. Warm Fuzzy. This is the one that I used as my transition shade today. This is another. They have a ton of brown in here. It's very pretty though. Join Hands is a transition shade that I used yesterday. This is more of like a yellow tone matte brown. Like a honey brown, I would say. Heart of Gold. This is a gold shimmer. These are the good kind of shimmers, okay? That's the good kind of shimmer. Hilltop Hope. This is a very pretty green shimmer. This one, I don't think this one gave me any problems. It's very pretty. It's a bright toned shimmer. Flash Forward. This is like a aquamarine type of shimmer. It's like a blue aquamarine. That's the one you guys see on this eye right here. That one didn't flake off, but I'm just saying like the whole, just the way the eye looks, I feel like it doesn't mesh well, if that makes sense. In the next row we have Iconic Italy. This is the darkest brown matte in this palette. And I use that on both eyes in my outer corner, sort of smoking out the look. I also used this shade yesterday in my first look, which was, these ones are a lot better than my first look. If you guys saw that first look, it was like horrible. It was like, I don't want you to see that look ever in your life. And then next you have Grow With It. This is such a beautiful bronze tone shimmer. I love this one. Then you have Bling Along. This one's so pretty. I love this one. It's like a copper tone type of shimmer. And those are the good shimmers, okay? Those two are good shimmers. Next, you have Total Unity, which is a very bright tone orange shimmer. I mean, matte. It's a matte, you guys. That's very pretty. It's pigmented. I didn't expect that. And then you have Loved Up. This one I used on this eye right here, down here. It's like a pinky tone shimmer. Very pretty. And then lastly, you have Poptimistic. I honestly think Poptimistic is the most unique one. That's the one you guys see over my entire lid. It's like this, just has this like lavender, blue, green, almost a mauve tone type of shift. It's very hard to explain, but when you see it in person, it's so freaking cool, but it's so flaky. It's crazy how flaky it is. It just flakes off, and then as you're applying it, it flies on top of your cheeks right here. And then as you start to try to clean it up, it just spreads and it makes it worse. So I see it all right here. I experienced the exact same thing with this inner corner highlight, which is that Lovey Dovey shade up here, this one right here. So, like I said, it's not a completely bad palette, but it's just like, it has its irks to it, you know, just like not every perfect palette is perfect, right? Some of them come with like good and bad in it. I've never had one experience where I loved the entire palette and it's, maybe I liked it and then I was like, okay, I like it, but I don't like this shade, you know, something like that. So these are all the tones in this palette right here. And like I said, if you guys want to buy it, buy it. Don't listen to me. It's just, I don't know. Maybe when I first used it, I was just having, like I said, halfway through my look, I just got some really bad news and I just, I wasn't feeling it anymore. And then today, I just started doing this eye and I was like, I wasn't feeling that eye look. I think if I would have went for this eye look from the beginning, I would have had a better optimistic view of this palette. I'm like, okay, you're not that bad. But I have to judge both of them in its entirety because I feel like either way, I cannot just have this one palette for just this one eye look that I did like. And then have this eye look and say, look at, okay, I like you, but then I don't like you, but yet you're like, you come from the same dang palette, you know? I have to look at both of the eye looks and say, okay, if I have to basically keep you just to create this eye look and this eye look alone, or a neutral look, because it's got plenty of neutrals in here, I don't know. I don't see it as a good thing. I see it as like, okay, well, you're basically used to me, except for Pop Mystic, which is like the most unique shade in this dang palette. That's the way I think. But like I said, I always say it in every single video that I've had a chance to say it. It's your money at the end of the day. You decide whether you want to or not. I'm just here to do the swatches for you guys and break down the palette, my experience with the palette, and let you guys decide what you guys want to do. It's your money, you know? What the heck do I care? I'm drowning in like freaking 100+ palettes over here. What the heck do I know, you know? Don't be me. If you don't have to buy the palette, don't buy it. It's kind of dumb. We don't need every single palette, right? I mean, we want it, but we don't need it technically. Now, this is the last Coca-Cola one. This is the first one that they released, you guys. And like I said, I thought this palette was just okay. Definitely the new one has a lot better just shade ranges. This one just stuck Coca-Cola theme red, and I think in that first video I used this one and someone noted that like, you're the only one that did an eye look using that blue and everybody else stuck to the reds and the browns. But I had the same thing. That one was so flaky. That was flaky. Like, I had the same, and the only difference between this palette and that palette is that these ones had 2 glitters in them. And believe me, that glitter is freaking beautiful. I think that's the reason why I kept it, because these 2 unique shades. That one wasn't out of the world, out of the ordinary. Oh my god, I need this palette. And the one thing too is that back then they were putting it on the plastic, putting all the names on the plastic sheet, right? Now they have been doing a little bit better. They've been putting it on the palette, which I love. I personally love it that they do that. I hate it when they put it on that stupid plastic thing. So I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.